Okay, so now we are ready to start making our selections and removing this sky. Before we get started, you want to be sure that you have your background and your mountains locked and your field and tree selected. Now we want to use our quick selection for this. You can get there by pressing W on your keyboard as in Windle, or you can just go ahead, click and hold whatever icon you have down here. It should be your fourth one down. You might see your object selection tool or your magic wand tool. We want to be sure that we are on our quick selection tool. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to select this whole bottom part of our field as well as a rough outline of our tree. So if it's not perfect, that's okay. We're going to work on that a little bit later to make it perfect. So what we'll do is we'll start down here in the bottom left. I'm going to click and hold and start making my selection through the inside of this tree. Now notice how I'm going around the outside, inside of that tree. I'm not touching the sky. Notice how I'm also missing little sections. That's okay. I just want to make sure I get as close to that outside edge as possible. And now once I get down here, I'm just going to go and select the entire bottom half of this. And I want to make sure I get this back as well. Once we have the entire outside edge of this selected, we want to just double check and make sure we didn't miss any parts on the inside of our tree here. Once our selections look good, what we're going to do is go over to the bottom here under our layers, and we're going to add a layer mask. So I'm going to click the layer mask button, which is this little rectangle with a circle in it, and that's going to block out that sky. Now notice how we still have little patches inside of our tree here. To get rid of that, what we're going to do is use our brush tool. So we're going to press B on our keyboard, or we can select our brush tool over here in the tools bar. Now right now my brush is huge. I don't need a brush that's that big. So what I'm going to do is go up to the top here where it says 125, and I'm going to reduce this to maybe about, I need something that's going to fit in here. So maybe we'll go to 10, around 10. That'll work. So now what I'm going to do is on my layer mask, I'm going to use my black and white to go ahead and remove some of these little blank sections here in the tree that I missed, just so I can see through the tree and see my mountains. So I'm going to zoom in really close here so I can really get a good look. I'm also going to go up to my brush options up here, and I'm going to turn my hardness all the way down. So that way it'll blend in. And now what I'm going to do is just be sure with my black, and I'm on my layer mask, I'm going to go in and start erasing some of the white space hidden in that tree. Now you want to be very careful that you don't get rid of too much of your tree. The closer you zoom in, the easier this is going to be. Now I'm not going to spend the whole tutorial going through and showing you how to get rid of this. You just want to be sure that you're being careful and you're getting rid of most of these white spaces. Now, if you want to quickly adjust the size of your brush, you can hit the left and the right brackets on your keyboard. And then if you hit the right bracket, it'll make your brush bigger. Left bracket will make your brush smaller. Once you feel like you have this, for the most part, all cleared and it's starting to look realistic and see-through, go ahead and we'll move on to our mountain layer. Be sure that this looks good and as realistic as possible.